off of a failed fourth down, so 24-point swing right there. And again, just right back. Their defense was fantastic, but really have to attack there, because the more we out there, it's just over and over. We did football today, and it gets that's happening live. We'll for that back to work. We can shore up and just attacking another week. So.
And the decision to play Bray.
Just saw it as an opportunity there. We had a couple of injuries on the offensive line, and again, just like wanting to get extending plays, finding some complete fantastic. So, it's a hard situation, but at that point, it was just like, okay, something that where I wanted to get Andy out.
For lack of a better term, dejecting, does that make a day like today?
Yeah, it hurts. It's because the guys are playing so hard, and I think when you look at the injuries that we had today, these were contact injuries. Shoulders, concussion, a tricep thing. Like these are impact injuries. It's a violent sport, and you always have those risks when you go into a game, and I never hoped that it would turn out like this, but just another challenge, and another opportunity for guys to step up that we're counting on as we look at this week. But we'll have to evaluate everybody and get more information.
With Clowney gone, or with Clowney hurt, does this open you guys up to looking for a pass rusher?
I don't want to make any comments until we have the full evaluation and kind of know what the nature of these injuries are.
It seemed like that Andy didn't take the deep shots today that he's taken the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Is it just a time thing or issue or pressure? Or
no, it was the mix of it, again, third downs, like when a defensive line is fresh and they can rush, it helps when you extend the drive. You can take those shots, and maybe that's on me, mixing in those shot plays too, just so that we can get those opportunities down the field, because good things happen. Sometimes you make the play, sometimes you get a defensive pass interference, and you get a, extension of a drive or get yards that way. So a mix of it, but I don't know what this day would have come out of. We have to just do better. We got to do better on third down. We got to get off the field. And so we can play complementary football. And that's the goal, is to try to get us back to playing good football, which we did the last 2 weeks.
Did you like the idea, too, Dave, that getting Bryce in there against presumably a prevent and some of their younger defenders would give him an opportunity to get some confidence?
That really wasn't the thought. It really goes back to just some injuries that we had and, really getting Andy out of there, protecting him in that situation, and then giving Bryce a chance to get out there and play football.
The injuries are most concerning. I know you want to evaluate, but which one's the most concerning?
Yeah, All of them. I just, again, I don't want to make any comments about what it is until we know exactly what's happening, so we can, give you the right information.
Could you take us, though, specifically on the two O-lineman injuries, what happened, how they happened?
Yes. So I'm not completely clear on Corbett. I know Taylor got hit like right below his arm, so we have to kind of evaluate that whole area to see what it is.
Dave, sorry, go guys.
Yeah.
With the Clowney injury at first, did you kind of get exact clarification on what happened? And two, how much did that change just the whole pass rush plan not having him in there?
Again, he may be available this week. I'm not sure. So, but it's a shoulder, and we'll get the full workup of it, and we'll give you all the information once we have it.
Dave, from your view, what happened on the play where J.C. Horn got ejected?
It's just, we just have to continue to control our emotions in a really hard game, and emotions run high right there. He was instigated. We can't retaliate. They always catch the second person, and they actually, fairly, the officials kind of saw all that happen and officiated the proper way. But we just got to maintain our composure and know on a day like this, let's finish with class, let's finish on our terms, and then we'll get back to work, and just finish as long as there's time on the clock. Let's just play our kind of football, and the guys played hard, but we can take care of each other in those situations.
Caleb Williams had probably his best game so far in his rookie season. What did you see from Caleb, and what do you think your defense struggled with when it came to the
I just thought he did a fantastic job extending plays. We had him dead to rights a couple times. He wiggled out of great rushes, great pressure on him. We had things covered, live looking at it, and he extended the play and found completions. He played efficiently. The first drive, like JC's got a ball in his hands. I'd love to turn that into points right there. But I thought he settled in and just, played good football. And that's what they're expecting of him. I know a lot of those guys on that staff. I see this team continuing to improve weekly, and they came out and they played hard again and gave us a great challenge, and we were not up to the challenge today. We were up to the challenge mentally, but it didn't turn out that way, so. I got to tip my cap to the Bears and that staff for just continuing to push forward and really get to the heart and soul of their core, their scheme, and just the way that they play hard.
On their first touchdown, was there a coverage bust, or did JC just get caught up in the pick?
I don't know that. Yeah, I haven't seen the film. So.
And then David asked you a question kind of like this last week, but are the injuries on defense just kind of getting to a point where it's hard to keep y'all's head above water?
We had to deal with what we have, so I'll have more information after we look at it and evaluate it, but this is a contact sport, and the thing I have to say is our guys play the game right, and they play it hard and physical, and they're looking to hit and finish these tackles, and they're playing with such great effort. You put yourself in situations where you can be vulnerable, and I always go into the games, and I'm just hoping, that we can play this style, and you always you hate when it happens, but it's a part of our game, but again, like I said last week with Josie and Shaq, it's guys playing the game the right way, the way it's supposed to be played, and we have to continue to do that. Good. All right, thank you.
Bruce, can we go that way?
guys, the injuries, everything just seems to be going south with that sort of thing, the defensive side, but at the end of the day, the offensive side, what was it like having to continue on without the guys you normally count on?
Yeah, it's tough. Unfortunately, injuries happen in this game, and I mean, you'd love to have your guys out there the whole year and throughout every game, but that's not how this thing goes sometimes. And so for us, it's we've got to find the depth. We've got to find the guys that are gonna be helping us out here for the future.
And you, the last couple of weeks, been really good at getting the deep threat down there and deep ball down there. Didn't seem like there were many out there today. Were they taking it away? Was it not time, or what was the?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple of things. I think early on in the game, we weren't taking any shots down the field, and some of it they were limiting some of the stuff where I had to check it down, and they were making good plays, making tackles on the checkdowns, and so that kind of hurt early on, and then we felt like we're never able to get into the rhythm. We got in a lot of third and long situations, didn't convert well on third down today, and I think at the end of the day that's what hurt us.
Dave talked about that too, the converting on third down. Is there any common theme you saw when you guys were struggling on third downs? Some of them obviously third and long, but like what?
Yeah, I think we put ourselves in too many long situations and made it tough on ourselves. And sometimes when you get in those, you have to check it down. You got to find a way to when you do throw the ball, in front of the sticks, you got to find ways to convert and different things. But we didn't do a good enough job today of that.
Is that where do injuries show up there? I mean, you guys coming in and out, maybe combinations that aren't as used to playing with each other normally. I mean, does that play a role?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say the injuries were the reason for that, but for us, we've got to find a way to make it happen.
Andy, with those injuries up front, I mean, because it's the guy snapping you the ball, because it's Taylor Moton who hadn't missed a snap in 6 years, is it that much more difficult to kind of process that in real time?
Yeah, I mean, I think, when you get in the huddle, it's just making sure you're communicating well with everybody. I think it's obviously tough when two guys that are big pieces of this offense, big pieces of our front, and you never want any of that stuff to happen. So, it is tough, but it's the way this business goes.
I know it was a brief moment, but Bryce got in there for the one series towards the end of the game. What did you see out of him just after sitting for so long?
Yeah, I thought he played on time. He did some good things. We put a good drive together. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get points on it, but he looked comfortable back there.
Any more for Andy? All right, thanks.
Yep, thanks.